Hey guys, it's Tim Sharmack and welcome back to another episode of the Platform Marketing Show. I'm joined today by Christina McCulley in Live Oak, Florida. Christina, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
So she has grown her business a bunch in the last year, but what really stands out to me about Christina's success is that she's still relatively a new realtor. So this is not someone who came into the platform marketing strategy, already had 20 years of experience or already had thousands upon thousands of people in her database. You've only been in real estate at this point for less than 3 years.
Yeah, 24 was my first full year. Yes, so this June will be 3 years.
When you came to platform, like I said, you were still relatively a new realtor. You didn't have this deep database of people that's like, hey, I already have a bunch of past clients in database. And when they start seeing all my ads, then
Yeah.
it'll blow up. Because that's obviously great when someone comes to platform and they already have that, but you're still kind of in the phase of your career where you're building things from scratch. You're building that database up. I mean, if you've only been basically 3 years in the business, you probably haven't even yet got to the point where you're starting to get a lot of those repeat clients where it's like, hey, we bought from you. Now we're
Right.
ready to sell. We're now ready to move
Yeah.
up. Usually for most agents, that happens somewhere between year 5 or so is when you start to get repeat business like that. So you're still very much in the early part of your career, and yet you've already had this crazy success with the platform strategy. So I know that the year before you did about 6 million. Last year, you basically doubled that to 11 million. And this year, I'm just going to actually pull out my phone here and I want to read a message that I saw from your account manager at Platform. And that was the reason I asked you to be on the podcast, actually, is when I saw this message. I was like, whoa, we should probably get her on the Platform podcast. So I got this message from Catherine, who is your account manager at Platform. She said, I just got off a phone call with Christina McCulley. In the past 8 days, she has put 7 houses under contract. And she got 2 phone calls literally yesterday, both from sellers who said they see her all over Facebook and I quote, love her marketing.
Yeah.
One of the sellers has a brand new house on 29 acres and he wants her to list it. So like all of this happened in just the last month,
Yeah.
basically, for you. So as of right now, again, I have no idea when someone's listening to this. We're recording this in early February.
Mm-hmm.
And so this whole conversation is happening very early in the year in what is normally a slow time, obviously,
Mm-hmm.
for a lot of realtors. A lot of realtors wouldn't normally say that January, February, March is like the most crazy time of year for them, right? Usually that's
Yeah.
like spring, summer. And yet you recently put 7 houses under contract. You've got multiple listings, sellers that have reached out to you. Obviously in January, February, this is not normal.
Mm-hmm.
What has that transition been like? Are there other agents in your market that are seeing their businesses blow up like this? Or is it really just you and your marketing? What does it feel like to be in that spot where you're still so new and yet your business is really expanding in a market when many agents' businesses shrinking?
Well, the 2 I can think of right now that are also doing good are in platform, Haley and then Kelly,
How far are you from Haley?
like an hour. She's the reason I'm here.
Okay, so you signed up because of her, not the other way around.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
She
Okay.
was
I wasn't sure.
first, and she'd only been doing it, like, maybe 3 or 4 months when I reached out to her, and I'm like, "Okay, who does your editing?" I didn't know anything about ads. I love videos, and I wanted some cool editing, and she told me, and then the same day, Brandy Long had posted something about using Platform, and I had already reached out to Brandy. I don't even know how me and her got to be Facebook friends, and then I saw a post that said
Yeah.
Platform, and I looked up Platform, and then Haley told me that. I'm like, "Oh my gosh, that's twice in the same day I've heard about this." So she set me up with Diana to have a phone call. And I had no clue about ads or nothing. I just thought I want some cool edit. I want some better videoing because I love to
Yeah.
do videos. But then I was like, man, y'all do all that? So that's actually how I got in, was with Haley. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And that is a really cool example of why I believe if you just do good work,
Hmm.
other people are going to tell other people about
Yeah.
you. And that's true for a realtor too, right?
Hmm.
Like if someone works with you and you do a creative listing video, or even if it's not a listing video, if they just see the other videos you've done in the community,
Hmm.
people can't help but tell their friends about, hey, this is the realtor I work with. But most agents aren't putting any content out into the world that's
They are now,
actually
now that,
interesting. Yeah, I mean, they're trying,
yeah,
right? But
now
like,
they see what
yeah,
y'all have done for us and everything like that. It's a lot more. But yeah, when I first started real estate, I mean, nobody was hardly doing videos at all.
right,
I've
right.
always been on social media making videos. That's my thing. I just love to do it. I did hair for like 16 years. So I made a ton of videos in my salon being silly and grew a pretty big social media, my personal one, not my business one, of course. But yeah, now everybody's trying to do them. But what y'all do behind it, that really is the key. Because I have people, agents that'll reach out. A friend of mine lists with me. They really like your marketing though, but they only list with me because I'm a friend and I understand that. And they're like, but I told them I'll make a video like yours. And I'm thinking, you can't make it like
Good
mine.
luck.
It ain't gonna
Good
get the
luck.
views. Yeah, it ain't gonna get the
Yeah.
views that
Yeah, I
we
mean,
get.
there's obviously such a huge difference. Platform marketing didn't invent the concept of a listing video, right?
Right.
Agents have been filming videos on their
Right.
listings probably since 2010 or even a couple years before, right?
Mhm.
But the difference is that I think we've applied a depth and layer of creativity to the
Mhm.
videos that we have our agents do. And we combine that with the fact that we'll set up a retargeting ad and we'll
Yes.
track who's watching the
Yes.
videos.
That's it.
And
That's
then,
the that's the
you're
key right.
getting
Yeah.
30, 40, 50,000 or more video views on your videos. If you show that to a seller, like, hey, this listing, whatever, got 42,000 video views, or sometimes it's 68,000 or whatever,
I wrote
right?
down my highest one, 172,000.
Holy cow. Okay. So you're even getting over 100,000 views and
Yeah,
you
I've had 3
show
that hits over 100, yeah.
that's amazing. So if you then show that on
Yeah.
a listing appointment, right? You're on a listing appointment and you show that to a seller, and it's like,
Mhm.
yeah, other people do videos, but theirs might get 200 views. Who cares if they're doing a video
Yeah.
and no one sees it?
Yeah. 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 It's gotta be seen. It's gotta be out there, and that's what platform does so good with the retargeting and all that. It's pushing it out there. And when she talked about them 2 phone calls, that was an hour and a half away from me. I talked to a girl on platform. I got a referral to her because I wouldn't be able to do the seller justice being so far away. But she's like, "I'm such a fan of yours. I just see you everywhere." But that's because the platform pushing it out to people. And yeah.
So if you were already doing videos and social media, what was the reason you decided to give platform a shot? Because you said yourself, hey, I was already really into creating
Yeah.
content videos. Why did you think like, hey, this is
Honestly,
worth
because
trying
of
out?
Haley's editing and how much funner the video looked, I guess. Because I've signed up for all kind of courses, but I don't have time to learn the editing of, like, making the airplane fly backwards. I think one of the ones I saw was, like, when the piece of paper come back to her and, like, she opened it up. It was, like, backwards, reverse, and I'm like, "Okay, teach me how to do that." And she's like, "I use a marketing company called Platform." So, like I said, I didn't know anything about the retargeting or nothing. I was just like, "Okay, editing. So let's do that," you know?
Sure. Sure.
And so that's why I reached out and then had the conversation with Diana. I mean, I listen to all your podcasts. They're so good. So I'm very honored to be here because they're so good. But it was an investment to decide. I
Yeah.
had only
Yeah.
been in real estate for a year, but I prayed about it and I just had a peace about it. I did not feel nervous or scared. I never once doubted it. I just thought, you know what? I could invest for 6 months, 8 months and see where this goes. But it was very quickly that people started seeing all the videos from the targeting and all that.
And so obviously we're very, very early in the year. We're still in February as
Mhm.
we record this. Last year you finished around 11 million. And again, you've literally been a realtor for less than 3 years.
Yeah.
So already the fact that you're over 10 million and you're less than 3 years into this game,
We're a
quite
low price point. I live in a very small rural area. I have one caution light in my town. I mean, we don't have a Walmart. We
funny.
don't have anything like that. Now, I live in Hamilton County, which is top of Florida. Live Oak, Florida is bigger, and that's a lot of my business. My area is Live Oak, Jasper, Jennings, and all that. But we're small. We're a small area, and so our price point is under
Yeah.
300,000. But thanks to platform, I got 3 or 4 pretty big ones, 800,000. God's in control. Platform helped though let people see
Yeah.
what I
Yep.
can do for them.
And that helped you get like an $800,000 listing, you said?
Next week will probably be my 3rd one. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And they let me help them buy in another area, 800,000. So it's just been
Yeah.
amazing.
For agents who are in a market where most of their homes are 500 or 600 or 700, it's kind of hard to conceptualize what it's like if you're used to selling 250 or $300,000 homes to all of
Right.
a sudden get an $800,000
Yes.
listing,
Yeah.
because it would be emotionally and financially like, hey, if you're in a market where most of the homes are 500, 600, imagine just out of nowhere you picked up a $1.6 million.
Right. Same thing.
That's the same ratio of
Yeah.
how much bigger that is than what you're used to selling. So if you've
Mhm.
already had that happen multiple times
Yeah.
with platform marketing, and again, you've been a realtor less than 3 years. And so
Mhm.
that's the speed that your business, your career is accelerating. That's really cool. So
Yeah.
we're early in the year, and this is just a guess, but where do you think your business will end up this year in terms of sales? Do you think you could hit 15?
I feel like I can, yes. You know
Because
what?
like how many how
Here's the
many
thing, I
deals?
don't ever pay attention to numbers, like, I hit
Right, right,
I hit
right.
Icon, which is the EXP thing. I didn't even know I hit it. Like, I had no clue. The girl over me, she said, "Check your back office." I looked, and I said, "Well, this is what it says." She's like, "You hit Icon." I don't know anything about numbers. I just go, 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 work hard, make the videos, do what Catherine tells me to do. So I'm the type, I'm like, oh, that number's cool, but I don't really make goals. I'm like, oh
Yeah,
man, I hit
yeah.
that. Wow. But I don't really, strive to say, oh, but I mean, I feel like I can hit 15 million.
So where we're at right now, again, we're actually not even 6 weeks into the year. We're still
Hmm.
in the first half of February here. What business have you already closed this year? What do you have under contract? How many clients are you working with?
I've
How are
closed
things going right
5.
now?
I closed 5 in January. They were right at the beginning of January because of, holidays and titles companies shutting down, lenders shutting down. So 5 that I thought was going to be last year ended up being in January. And then I have 7, I think 7 under contract right now. I have 4 photo shoots tomorrow for listings. And then uh, right now I have 14 listed already on the MLS. So 14 listed, 4 more tomorrow. I have 4 appointments next week. Just,
I mean, I'll just say this: if all that's happening, and we're in the month of February, because you're still basically like in your winter, right? I know
yeah,
that you're technically in Florida, but you're in northern Florida, so
yeah,
you're still in winter.
yeah,
Like where you are is not the same as Miami,
right.
where like you're still in like cold weather right
Yeah, I
now.
thought I was going to turn on the heater when I go over here, but it's not that cold. But yeah, yeah.
Like your business will both literally and metaphorically warm up a lot as we get into March and April, right?
Hmm.
So you're probably going to hit 15 million this year, which is incredible for it being like your third year
Hmm.
in real estate that you'd hit 15 million. There's a lot of agents that'll be in this business for 10 plus years, if not 20 years, and they'll never hit 15 million. And you're on track right now to do that. You have that amount of business in the pipeline. It's your third year in real estate. So you mentioned Catherine
Hmm.
there, that you were talking to Catherine. Let's just assume that someone listening to this episode has no idea who Catherine is or what she does for you. Would you mind, like, in your own words, explaining, hey, what does my platform marketing account manager do for me? What is her role? Like, what does Catherine help you with? What does she do for you
Well,
in
I mean,
your in your
if I
business?
was just telling you personally, I'd be like, she's my bulldog. Like, I love her. Whenever somebody's mistreated me or somebody, I'm like, listen, what happened to Catherine? Da, da, da. She's a friend, but perfect. But as far as a business side, she's my account manager, which means I talk to her once a week. We strategize. She tells me, okay, what you got coming up? Do you need help with some ideas with videos? I'll send you some emails and give you some ideas. She's like, these are the ads that we're thinking about doing. I'm gonna email them to you. Send me a picture for this. And then and she'll send me the ad if I don't think it sounds like me. I'm like, I don't like that. She is very good about knowing. Like, she'll say, I need you to do a Halloween ad. No, I didn't want to do a Halloween ad. And she's like, okay, like she's just that person that keeps me on, keeps my, I mean, keeps me present on social media. Really,
Yep.
I mean,
Yep.
I don't have to think about it. I don't have to figure out what kind of ad will help somebody. I've already figured that out. She tells me what picture to send in. Um, and so she's my once a week partner that just, I don't know, builds me up online.
Yeah, it's like having a business partner built into your business, but they focus exclusively on, on marketing. What a
Yeah.
lot of people joke about, it's like, hey, my platform account manager is kind of like my therapist,
Oh yeah.
that I
Yeah.
because
We're
there's,
close. We talk about yeah, yeah,
right, exactly.
yeah,
And I say that kind of sarcastically, but it's also true that, like, I know a lot of our platform clients, and this is true of any business, whether you're a realtor or any other type of small business owner. Like, you often can't talk to your friends about business stuff because maybe they just have a normal W-2 job
yeah.
somewhere and they're not used to talking about financial numbers that large, or, hey, I had a great month.
Yeah.
I made $20,000 last month, or I'm,
Yeah.
whatever. It's like you can't really tell that to your friends if they have normal jobs, right?
Yeah.
But you also often don't even talk about the big, like the ups and downs, the wins and losses with your spouse if you're married, whether, it's the husband or wife, because uh, often spouses just don't talk about that stuff,
Yeah.
especially the losses. Like if you had a really bad couple of months, you're not excited to tell your husband or
Right.
wife about that. Like, oh, I, have no closings coming up. I
Yeah.
have nothing in the pipeline.
Because
And this,
you don't make them worry. I mean, if they're
right,
worried,
right.
you don't wanna make them worry.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Exactly. And your account manager, I've just heard this so many times over the years from our clients that they feel like their account manager is like the one person I
Yeah.
feel like I can always talk to and tell them what's going on. So it's kind of that like it's kind of that valve, like a release valve for
Yeah.
them of like good or bad.
Oh, yeah. I
I
send her
can,
voicemails all the time with any good or
yeah, like
bad
I
thing.
feel exactly. I feel like I can celebrate wins with them
Yeah.
as well as I can vent and tell them if something awful just happened
Yeah.
in a way that I wouldn't maybe want to bring that same information to my spouse because I don't want
Yeah.
to burden them with, but I can vent to you. And
Yeah.
it's like valuable to have someone like that in your life.
Mhm.
And then on top of all that, she manages all your marketing
Yep.
campaigns for you. So,
Yep. Yep. Yep.
um, yeah, so that's great. I always love hearing kind of how you mentally think about your relationship with your account manager because I feel like that's one thing that platform does very differently from other companies is
Yeah.
that yeah, we're going to manage your ads, we'll edit your videos, et cetera, et cetera. But one thing we do that other companies don't do is we actually talk with you on the phone
Oh, yeah. I
every
mean, I was
every
messaging
week.
her at 6 o'clock this morning. You know, she's a different time zone, but I was like, "This video, can we do this?" She's like, "Oh, yeah, I'll take care of it." Like, whatever issue I have, I would have never been able to get a hold of a real person had I been working probably with any other lead
Well,
whatever leads or
if you yeah, if you sign up with Zillow is the,
Right.
is the company everyone always uses, but any other real
Yeah.
estate marketing company, you're not going to have someone's cell phone there that you can
Right.
call and ask questions to.
Yeah.
And you probably will never talk to them on the phone, whether it's a CRM company, a website company, a
Right.
marketing agency, whatever. Usually the extent of that communication is you call them to sign up and then they'll act like they love you and they're super friendly. And
Yeah.
then you'll never talk to them
Yeah.
again
Yeah.
for 6 months or a year until you call them to quit and fire them. And then that, there's like zero communication
Right.
between
Right.
where most of our platform clients are probably talking with their account manager literally 50 times a year.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's like most people don't even talk to their parents or sometimes their spouse 50 times a year.
Right.
You know what
Yeah.
I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, I know I talk to her at least 3 or 4. I mean, I don't bother her. I just send her voicemails and then she'll answer me back. I mean, I don't call her and like chit chat because she's
yeah.
with other
Yep.
customers, but we talk once a week on our meeting time. But then all throughout the week, I'm telling her stuff or like remind me to do this or hey,
Yep.
next time we talk, I want to do this, and so
Yep.
or I'll see an ad I like, I'll text it to her. She'll put it in the email. We'll talk about it on that. Yeah, it's great.
Yep. I mean, I love that because I think that's a relevant part. That's a warm lead. I heard it. You got a warm lead.
Yeah.
Like I think that's a relevant part of this marketing success, right? Is like having a team around you
Yeah.
that you feel like you can trust that is
Yes.
handling this stuff for you.
Yeah.
So if you're listening, a shout out to Catherine.
Yes.
Uh, so had you ever tried any other marketing like strategies or ads or what did like had you done anything prior to platform or was it just kind
I
of
did some coaching, you know, with a
okay?
real estate coach that they really talked about the importance of making videos and things like that. And then they taught you a little bit how to run your own ads. No, no, that was too much. I wasn't going to try to figure that out, and I didn't want to try to figure it out. So
Yeah.
no, no lead gen or anything like that that I do.
And that's kind of like the catch 22 of like running your own ads is like could you figure it out, right? The answer is probably. It's not that running Facebook ads like requires a graduate degree and like no one's going to school for 8 years to learn how to do Facebook ads,
Yeah,
right? But the catch 22 is that earlier in your career when you don't have as big of sales and you're not selling as many houses, that like imbalance, is like you have a surplus of time and
yeah,
you have a shortage of money. But
yeah,
eventually as you become more successful, that starts shifting where now you have a surplus of money, like you have more money to spend on things, but you have a shortage of time
Right.
because you're so busy, you're selling so many houses
Right.
that the issue is like, okay, maybe you like taught yourself how to run your own Facebook ads or edit your own videos, whatever. And when you were only selling 3 or 4 million a year or 5 million a year, whatever, you had the time to do all that.
Yeah.
And then, well, it's like, well, if you do it, and then all of a sudden you're selling 8, 9, 10 million, you all of a sudden do not have time to
Right.
edit your own videos and do your own ads. So
Right.
it's kind like I said, it's this
Or even
catch
think about
22.
it. Like, even
Right.
think,
Like,
'cause, 2 weeks will fly
right.
by and you'll be like, "Oh, I didn't post nothing." Like, I don't have to worry about any of that because I
Yep.
know that if I just do what she says on the email, she has it arranged,
I
you
mean, if
know?
you have the amount of business you have going on right now, you just said you have 7 under contract. You've already closed 5 this year. You have multiple other listings coming, and we're not even talking about the leads in your pipeline that'll reach out to you at some point in the next week or 2, right? Like,
Yeah.
there is no possible way that you have time in your schedule to film a video and then dick around on the computer for
Right.
2 or 3 hours
No.
trying to edit that video and
Yeah.
stitch the clips
I
together.
used to
Like,
try
you
to do
just
that. I just send
yeah,
it to
like,
her
you
now,
just
and I just trust the process.
you like,
You know?
you do not have time to do that, right? Like, there's no way. So, if you're just getting started, yeah, I totally understand that someone might be like, "Hey, I'll edit my own videos or I'll try to figure out my own ads." Like, you do you, but once
Yeah.
you get to the point that you're at 7, 8, 9, 10 million, people don't realize how little time they have at that point. So I feel like a lot of the reason that agents hire platform sometimes isn't even that, hey, I want to grow my business.
Right.
It's that, hey, if platform can save me like 5 hours a week that
Yeah.
I'm no longer editing videos, launching ads, whatever. 5 hours a week doesn't sound like a ton, but you almost just got an entire day back,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. And
That
your
you now,
your clients stay with you for so long. I've been so amazed that when I listen to your podcast and, I'm in the platform group, I'm like, I mean, that's such a testimony because when people hire a platform, they stay with them. And I've heard on your podcast 10 years that some
yeah,
agents have been with y'all. And
yep,
I'm just like, I mean, that's a
yep.
huge testimony as to the company.
Our longest client has now been with us coming up on 12 years. And
Wow.
still and then there's many that have actually this is their 10th year, because when we
Yeah.
really started growing,
Yeah.
like we made an effort to really grow was, a 2015 and 2016.
Okay.
So now we're actually, like, starting to say, "Oh, wow, a bunch of these people who signed up in 2016, this is, like, their 10th year with
Yeah.
platform,"
That's
right?
amazing. That's
But
amazing.
but 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 again, like, the reason is
Yes.
the platform is valuable to grow your business because, of course, we have all these case studies of agents that have doubled or tripled their
Yes.
business with us. And you are now one of these case studies where you've
Yeah.
basically doubled, and you probably, at the end of this year, if we look back, you can say that you will have tripled your business with the
Mhm.
platform strategy. But after you get to that point where it's like, hey, whatever, I'm at 15 million for everyone, the number is going to be different. Maybe
Yeah.
some people, they're comfortable just kind of putting things on cruise control at 12 million. Other people, the goal is to get to 20 million, whatever. At some point, you're going to hit some sort of sales level in your business where you're like, okay, anything more than this is just too much. I
Right.
don't want to, I don't want to do more. I'm totally comfortable with the money I'm making. And then at that point, I think the value of something like platform kind of shifts to, it's helping me grow my business, to it's helping me like get my life back. Because
Yeah.
again, like just the time we can
Well, and
save you.
maintain their business because, I listened to, or maybe it was in the platform group where, one of the customers said I had, or one of your clients said I had stopped, and people were asking me, "Did you stop doing real estate?" Because they stopped seeing the
Yeah.
ads. So even
Yeah.
if you get to a point that you don't necessarily wanna grow, you don't wanna go down, you know? So,
Yeah.
I mean, but if you stop
Yeah.
producing ads,
Yeah.
you stop producing if you stop showing up in people's face, they're gonna think that you are not doing real estate anymore if they're used to seeing you.
Yep.
So
We've had a lot of clients sign up in the last year or two and actually tell us, they're like, hey, here's the thing. I'll be real. I'm already the top realtor in my market, the top
yeah,
realtor in my county. I'm joining platform because I want to make sure that no one even comes close to me. I want to make sure that I dominate social media the
yeah.
way that I'm dominating, other areas of our
Right,
community.
right.
And then
Yeah,
they join and they think of the account manager, that really the word account, it comes from accountability, right?
yeah, okay.
And so it's like to keep someone to a hold to account, right?
Oh, yeah, okay.
And so part of the reason you have an account manager is that when you're that successful, you sometimes start to take it for granted, right? You
Yeah,
think like, oh, like I'm so successful. No one's ever going to catch me. I'm the best realtor in town, whatever. And you forget like, oh crap, it's been 2 weeks since I filmed a video, or it's been 2 weeks
Exactly.
since I've
Yes.
stopped at a local small business and made a post about a local small business. Your account manager
Yes.
is there in some sense to hold you
Yes.
accountable, to
Yes.
make sure that every week we're putting out, new content, new ads.
Yes.
Because sometimes you get so busy that it's not that you're intentionally ignoring it. You
Right.
literally just forget because you're
Yeah,
so busy.
she reminds me, she's like, "Okay, you've done 3 personal moments, I need you to send me a customer one, okay, I need you to do," yes, she reminds me because time just morphs together and you don't
Right.
realize, "Oh, well, it's been 4 weeks, what?" So yes,
Yeah, and
definitely, they are paying
we're
attention to that for you.
yeah, and we're like making sure, to your point, that the type of content we're doing isn't just the same. It's not like, hey,
Right,
listing video, listing video, listing
right,
video, listing video. It's like, hey, it's been, like you said, it's been 3 weeks
yeah,
since we did a video about a local small business. Let's highlight another local small business. Or hey, let's do a personal moment ad because it's been a month since your last one,
yes,
right?
yes,
And you are so busy, obviously, as a realtor selling real estate,
mhm,
that you're not going back and looking at your social media profile
no,
and being like, oh, what was the last, like, we're tracking all that for you. So we can
right,
tell you that, hey, we're starting to get a little bit heavy on
yeah,
listing videos. Let's do a
yes,
small business post, or let's do a personal moment ad, or, all the various like retargeting ads we have. All right.
yes.
Actually, let me ask you a question. What has been your
Wait,
favorite?
I've been waiting on this.
Yeah. What's been your favorite like platform ad that you've done over the last year? Not
Well,
necessarily the most successful one, but what one is like your favorite?
uh, so if it came from platform, like y'all wrote it, right? That's what you're
Well,
asking?
no, just like any sort of retargeting ad that you brainstormed with Catherine on. It could be something that we wrote, or something that you and Catherine came up with together. Like, is there any ad that really sticks out? Like, hey, that one got a lot of engagement. That was a lot of fun.
Um, I personally sent her this one and then asked her what she thought, and it was one I had wrote about putting God in my business, like that.
Okay.
I did network marketing for a long time before, and it was one of them cliche things like you don't mix, you hear that you don't mix religion with, well, it's not religion, you don't mix spiritual, whatever.
Yep.
But
Yep.
I sent her a picture, and the picture, my shirt said I'm a praying realtor. And then I wrote out a thing and I asked her, I was like, okay, tell me what you think about this. Like,
Oh, I
do
saw
you
that
like it?
ad. I saw that.
And
Yeah. Yep.
that one got, a lot of feedback and all, and it was truth. It was straight from how I felt, that I'm gonna be me. Like I'm not supposed to work with you if that offends you, and that's okay. There's somebody else, and that's fine. I'm not mad at you at all or whatever. You're not supposed to work with everybody. You're put together who you're supposed to be put together with. But I'll tell you some of the ones that my customers have loved that Catherine sent to me and asked, "Do you want to do this one or whatever?" Any of them that help with, like, I get this all the time. Do you know that one that says red mulch to you, number 10, your tips for sellers? And
Oh, yep. Yep. Yep.
yeah, all the time people call me, I want to hire you, but I have black mulch in my yard. I'm like, it's fine. It's fine. One time I thought she said black mold. I'm like, did she say black
Ooh.
mold? She said black mulch. But I said, it's fine. But that one gets a lot of people remember that one. The one with the red door that we did recently about the mortgage.
Oh,
Um,
right. Yep. Yep.
I've gotten a lot of people. I didn't know, I told Catherine, I said, I really love the ones that is interesting and educational. People,
Yeah.
The Sears catalog one, I
Oh,
sent her
yep.
that one and said, let's do this one,
Yeah.
and so the ones that are educational and that are very interesting, they get a lot of people
Yeah.
message
Where like
me.
you like the ads where you kind of feel like you learned something by
Yes,
watching
yes,
that. Yeah. That ad. And by the way, like, having a conversation like this is just fun for me, because I'm like remembering all these ads that
yeah,
we've done or come up with over the years. And
yeah,
it's such a valuable part of being a platform client,
yeah,
is that like the later you sign up for a platform, almost the better value you get, because you get to
it's,
take advantage of all of the years worth of ads that we've come up with
yeah,
before. And we maybe wrote that ad 3 years ago, but it's new to you. You've
yeah,
never seen it, right? And
yeah,
no one in your market has ever seen it. So
right,
it's like when they see this ad come from you about like the Sears catalog, it's an ad that we came up with because we found an old clipping from like the actual Sears catalog where it's like they used to sell homes out of the Sears catalog and you could buy one
yeah,
for, whatever, $400 or whatever it was.
yes,
And obviously you adjust for inflation, but it's still insanely cheap, like
yeah,
way, way cheaper than homes are now, even after you adjust for inflation.
yeah,
And people just forget how different real estate, used to be. And we talk about, well, I can't find you a home that cheap, but,
Yeah.
I'd be happy to find, whatever. The point is it leads back to you. It has a little bit to do with real estate, but it's more just kind of like a historical fun fact,
Well,
right?
what's neat is that whenever I first got on the platform, I sent the pictures in for Catherine, but I'll get to where she has to stay on top of me because I won't send them in because I'll be so busy making videos or sending her videos. And then whenever I listen to her, and honestly, it's because like you have to go take a picture with sometimes when the ads, if, for anybody who's listening and don't know what I'm talking about, sometimes the ads call for you to go get something like a box of Lucky Charms, and
Sure,
take a
sure.
picture with it.
Yep.
And so sometimes I would tell her, okay, I'm getting dressed today. I'm going to go to the store and do that, but I might
Yep.
forget or I might not do it. But now, whenever I see how much people love them because they're educational,
Yeah.
I'm
Yep.
making more of a point. She said, "You're on top of things now." I said, "I know, girl, because that red door one, people love that one." And I literally was at one of my listings, and I thought, "Oh, Catherine told me to get a picture of the house. This is
Yep.
a house. I'm dressed up. I'll get." But since y'all know what y'all are doing. She knows what she's doing, and I just have to not overthink it or not just do it. I mean, you just do it. You just do what they say. I mean, basically because people do love educational ones, and in my mind, when I first started, it was like, no, they love videos more, and this is not as important. But
Sure.
I just got to trust the process. Period. What I mean, and now I see they're all great, and they're all some people don't want to watch a video. Some people want to read something, and so
That's why it has to be a mixture. Because like
yes,
actually Facebook knows this. There's like, if you were to imagine like a circular pie chart
yeah,
of all the users of Facebook, there's a different segment of the Facebook population that like they're way more statistically inclined to watch a video, but they won't usually click or read an ad.
uh-huh,
There's another huge chunk of Facebook users that statistically are much more likely to click and read
yeah,
an ad, but they don't really like watching videos.
right.
And so again, that's why platform proactively kind of manages all this
Yes.
for you so that you're
Yes,
putting
because
out
mine would just be straight video, so
a
yes,
mixture of
yes.
content. Yes, because some people, like, I'm actually one of those people, I don't really like watching videos on Facebook. I
Yeah,
will,
yeah,
like, especially if there's embedded captions, so I don't have to turn on the sound and
right,
everything.
right,
But like, I don't like watching videos. I have no problem clicking and reading like a 500 word essay though. Like, I will click and read stuff.
yeah,
And there's people that are the opposite of me, that do the exact opposite. So the thing is, like, you have to realize, don't create content just for people who are like you. Create content
that's right,
for everybody. Now,
that's right.
what both of those kind of demographics of users have in common that I think makes the platform strategy at kind of a macro level work is that what we're trying to accomplish with every retargeting ad we do is actually quite simple. It's just set the precedent and kind of establish this rhythm and this pattern that, hey, anytime something pops up in your newsfeed from a Christina McCulley, it's going to be something interesting and it's going
Yes,
to be something worth clicking on
yes,
and worth reading. Or if it's a video, it's going to be a video worth watching at least 5 seconds to see what she does, right? You're
yeah,
always kind of like setting this precedent that if something pops up from Christina McCulley in your newsfeed, it's worth stopping the scroll
yeah.
and just reading or watching what's going on for at least 5 seconds.
I see
Because
that, yes,
one ad doesn't do that. One
right,
creative ad doesn't do that. Two creative ads doesn't do that. Frankly, three doesn't do that. You've got to like keep doing it over time, and
yes,
eventually, hopefully people see this if they're following the platform marketing page on Facebook. Is like,
yeah,
we regularly do creative, engaging stuff. So if you see something pop up from platform in your newsfeed, you're like, oh, I'm gonna click and see what this is about, right?
yeah,
And
the value that gives,
yeah,
yes,
it has to be interesting because you
yeah,
mentioned that like Sears ad, right? Like a
yeah,
lot of realtors, if they're not in the platform marketing program, might be like, why would you waste your time and money
yeah,
running like a historical fun fact ad about that Sears used to sell homes? Like, how does that help you get clients? How does that help you make more money as a realtor? And the honest answer is it doesn't, right? It doesn't, there's no direct call to action of, now, if you found this interesting,
yeah,
schedule a listing appointment,
right,
with Christina, right?
right,
That's not what it's about. It's about setting the precedent that I will regularly show up
Yeah.
on your social media with fun, interesting information so that you kind of look forward to seeing my posts in your
Yes.
newsfeed, right?
Yes.
And then when you are eventually ready to buy or sell, whether that's 2 weeks from now, 2 months
They
from
think
now, or
yes.
2 years from now, right? That you have built up so much social capital. It's like, well, I'm not even going to interview other realtors. I'm just going to
Yeah.
call Christina,
Yeah.
right?
Yes. Yes.
And that takes a lot of ads doing that, a lot of retargeting ads, a lot of like repetition.
Mhm.
But you're seeing the results of this is that, hey, your business doubled last year and you're probably going to grow another 50% on top of that, this year. And
Mhm.
you're just like, I think the price of success is creating content.
Yeah.
Like creating content and putting it out there and also putting an ads budget behind your
Yes.
content.
Yes.
That is the price of success as a realtor. And if you're not willing to pay that price, like maybe you could have been a successful realtor in the 1980s, but in the modern day that we're in, where so many people are on social media and they're looking online, if you're not willing to create content, it's going to be an uphill battle for you.
Yeah.
So speaking of ads budget, how much are you spending on ads
I
in like,
just upped it. So
okay,
I'm pretty sure we were at 200 the whole time I was been in platform, but in January I told her to up it to 300 or 350, whatever she thinks. You know, because sometimes I will do listing videos that are not my listings, and we
oh,
don't
you're
put it.
saying you're saying per listing video.
Yeah.
Yeah. So how much do you think in a given month you spend
It
on ads?
used to be 900, so
Okay.
I'm thinking now we're up to like either 1,500 maybe or something.
Okay,
Yeah.
so something around there, like
Yeah.
something between 1,000 and
Yeah.
1,500.
Yeah.
But probably now it's if you're spending over 300 on a listing, it's probably 1,500 or more.
Yeah. Yeah.
And again, like people are
I
like,
don't even, like I told you, I don't even know. I just trust her to, you know,
yeah,
so I
what
just tell her, "Here we
what
go."
I've always told realtors when they ask like, well, platform sounds really expensive. Yeah, you're getting people great results, but wow, that's expensive. It's like, well, if you assume that you're going to spend about $1,000 a month on ads or so, the actual platform program, like with our fee and ad spend, like everything included, costs about $1 million of sales. So like if your business grows by at least $1 million in sales, that's what pays our fee for the entire year. Anything after that is profit
Yeah.
to you. So as long as we grow your business by $1 million, you're profitable on that investment platform. If
Yeah.
you're spending a little bit more on ads, if
Yeah.
you're spending 1,500 versus 1,000, then maybe you have to sell 1.3 or 1.4 million or something
Yeah.
like that. But the point is, if you're spending $1,500 a month
Right.
on ads, it's probably because you've seen the platform strategy work really well and your
Mhm.
business has already grown a bunch. In
Mhm.
this case for you, if you grow from 6 million to 15 million, we're not talking about it grew your business by 1 million. We're talking
Yeah.
about it grew your business by 9 million or
Yeah.
possibly even
Yeah.
more. So let's just put specific numbers on that, right? If your business this year, let's say, grows by 9 million from when you started, that's over $200,000 GCI increase for you and your family. I mean,
Mhm.
that's
Yeah.
like I mean, I don't say this casually. If you add $200,000 to your household income, that's life-changing money for
Mhm.
you.
Mhm.
What does that feel like?
Blessed. Just grateful and blessed, and you're just walking in that gratitude so you don't, get, because here's the thing. I mean, the more money you make, the more you seem to worry that you gotta keep that up, and what if the whole thing falls from underneath you? So I just try to really focus on, thank you, God. I will do what you tell me to do. I'll work hard. I trust you. And I just feel I try not to let it overwhelm me or think too deep. I'm telling you, I'm not a number. I try not to think too deep about any of it
Yep.
and just walk in it and save, you save your money, make my ad spend higher. I had gotten a billboard last year. It was fun, but you can't track it. And I would rather spend that money on ad spend to where it can be tracked and where I know it's pushing it out there more. Some people on platform had been doing billboards, so I was like, "Oh, I want one. That'll be fun." But it's not like when you put that money towards ad spend. So, you make more money, you have to be careful you're not just throwing it away. That
Yeah.
it's
Yep.
actually
Yep.
going for a purpose, because you make more and people end up spending more. But I want to make sure I'm being purposeful with it, not just
Yep.
because let's be honest, anything can happen to any of us at any time. You need to be smart about, just
Yep.
blowing money or whatever. And my husband's a farmer, so we live on a farm, and it's wonderful. No, because the farm is, a farm is, you can't support a family on a farm, not anymore. So it's wonderful though that we're both home in the morning. He could pick up our son when I'm out there running real estate. We just have a lot of freedom with
Yeah.
with
Yep.
success, comes extra freedom.
Yep. I'm from a small town in Minnesota. A ton of our family, like our family weren't literally farmers, but ton of my friends growing up were farmers. So I spent a lot of time as a kid, playing around on
Yeah,
farm properties, and that's just the culture of the Midwest. I grew up
yeah,
in a small town that had like 20,000 people. The nearest airport was like 2.5 hours away.
yeah.
So it really, it was like a small farming community where it's
We
like
have 14,000 in my whole county, so yeah, I
yeah,
know.
yeah, right. It's kind of a different pace of life,
It
right?
is, it
That like
is.
people from a big city just
And I'll
don't
tell you
really
what,
understand.
I help so many people buy land up here from big cities, and it's so much fun because they'll ask, "Can we go back at night and look at the stars?" Because they're not used to seeing that, and that's just a blessing to be able to help people see
Yeah.
things they've never seen before, and so
Let me ask you, maybe this is a personal question, but I'm going to ask this anyways. Your business has grown so much. It's going to grow even more this year. I mean, the amount of business you have in your pipeline already in Q1 is just kind of crazy, for what time of year we're at right now. Um, what is something, whether it's a product or a service or an experience or whatever, what is something in your personal life that maybe 5 years ago you would have been like, I can't afford this, that now you can confidently be like, hey, I can buy this and I can afford this.
we just put
Um,
down new floors. We got new furniture,
okay. Okay.
all kind of house stuff that I know it's there, and I know I still have more in my savings. I never ever pray I never am on zero or negative, but so yeah, we not that, and honestly, not that we might not could have afforded it before, but just the comfort of, well, we're going to pay cash for all this, and I still have it in my savings. I'm not, I
Right.
don't have to
Right.
worry about going down to zero.
You can like put all new flooring, you can put new furniture with simultaneously peace of mind
Oh,
that
and
you're
still
not.
putting in my IRA, still being able to help people, still being able to sow into ministries, like still being able to do stuff and not, be on zero.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
So it's like projects like that you maybe wanted to do all along, like, hey, we really need some new furniture.
yeah,
Hey, we need new flooring, but like, do we have to get it? No, we don't have to, right?
right,
But now we actually have the money to. That's a cool feeling.
yeah,
That's a
yeah,
cool feeling.
yeah. I mean, we were trying to think of what do I want to buy we could write off this year. But you don't want to just throw it away if you
John
don't
Deere.
need it.
If you need the biggest write off, buy John Deere. It's by far the most expensive. It'll give you a huge write off. So just
Let
go
me
out and
tell
buy
you,
a combine.
my husband's a farmer. He'd be like, "Yes, here you go." So, yeah, and that's the great thing about having a farm. There's a lot of good tax write-offs on that. So,
That's right. That's right. So is there any like retargeting ad idea or ad that maybe you've seen another agent in the platform do that you haven't done yet that you were excited to maybe do
oh gosh, I
in the
got
next
some
month or
in my
two?
screenshots, and I honestly, I do. I want to do. I told Catherine the other day, I said, I've got to stop overthinking things and worry about hurting people's feelings because I want to do the small business when on the eighth day.
Oh, you haven't done that one yet?
I'm so scared I'm going to leave somebody out.
Christina, you've okay. I will solve this problem right now. This is a
Okay.
free consulting session. It's no longer a podcast. It's
Okay.
Tim consulting with you. Do the ad, and then just if there's a couple small businesses you didn't get to do, 6 months later, whatever, do a new version of the video and
Okay.
feature all the small businesses that you didn't get to feature before.
Okay.
And if anyone tells you, "Oh, that's so cool, but I'm so bummed you didn't feature my business," you'd be like, "Hey, I'm actually going to do another one in
Okay.
whatever, September, October." And cuz I knew when I filmed this first one I didn't have time to feature all the businesses.
Yeah.
I'll get yours in the next one. And then they'll be like, "Okay."
Okay.
So there's no rule that you can only do one,
Yeah.
right? So if you haven't done that ad, oh my gosh, you have to do that ad. That is like my
I started
favorite.
to get little clips together,
Yeah,
and I
awesome.
got so
Awesome.
overwhelmed with like, oh, what if I leave this person out? What if I leave this person out? So then I never did it. But okay, I'm gonna do it, and
You
then
should
I
just
will write
commit.
down their name if they yes.
Yeah, you should just commit to doing that because that ad just goes viral for everyone
Yeah,
who does it. So that's awesome. Yeah.
yeah, yeah,
What is like when we, when you hear me say plat fam, that kind of sense of community we have now that you've been a member of platform, for the last year, like what does that mean to you, this sense of plat fam? And like, did you know anything about that like before you signed up?
yeah. No, nothing. I mean, I just assumed I was, signing up for a marketing company, an editing thing. I didn't know about the Facebook group and I mean, that honestly, the Facebook group, the platform is the first place I go when if I'm looking for a referral for another town, I'm going to ask there first because I trust because I know if they're a member of platform, then I already know what kind of character they probably have. Just because you kind of have to have a good character. I don't know.
Yeah.
I would think if you didn't, you probably wouldn't stay around. I don't know, but
Yeah,
I
I
go there
mean,
first.
we actually just fired a client last week. I won't say their name, but
Really?
we fired someone who we just found out was like, not being professional with their account manager, and there was just a lot of behavior that I was uncomfortable with platform being associated
Yeah.
with them. And we only work with one realtor per market,
Right.
right? But that goes both ways. It's like, well, you can fire us, but we can also fire you because
I didn't even know that, but that's
I want to keep the vibe of the platform. If there's
okay.
ever anyone in there, I'm like, I don't really feel great that you're affiliated with art. It's like, we'll fire them, right? So, yeah, and that's
That's
why
a
is I want anyone in the platform to always feel comfortable referring their business to
yeah. Yes.
another agent in the platform. So, yeah,
Yes. That's the first place I go is and if I want to learn or just want to be inspired instead of going to like a real estate group, with 10,000 people in it that are just mad at everybody and fussing about everything. I don't even look at them groups. I go to the
yeah,
platform group, Facebook group, and get in there and read and learn. I click on the people in there and go to their business page and watch their listing videos to get some ideas. Like there's no, anybody I've ever messaged or they've messaged me and hey, we're in platform. It's just automatically almost like a fan, like you. It's all automatically like you already know they're kindred spirit. You already know that.
right,
Whenever we talk, I
right.
mean, like it's just yeah,
It's an intangible part of the platform membership or the platform experience, and yet it's extremely tangible,
yeah,
right? Like
yeah,
that the value you actually get from that community. All right,
yeah.
Christina, as we wrap this up, is there any parting advice you would share with maybe anyone who's not yet with platform, who's listening to this podcast episode on like what they should be doing to grow their business this year, whether or not they sign up for platform? Like what's some marketing or business or life advice you could give to any realtors that are
Well,
listening to this right now?
so when people ask me how I grew my business, I really can't tell you for a fact how, but I do know that I make sure that and this is just my personality probably, so I don't. It's not like a strategy, but you just love on a lot of people and you listen to them as they talk and you have a lot of you just meet a lot of people like just getting involved and being social on social media and just being a real person. You have to let people know that you're an agent for them to hire you. Thankfully platform does that. And I would recommend platform to anybody, but not in my market because I'm already the person in my market. They can't have my market. But platform helps you be more social on social media because it pushes your face out there. And then all these people that call me, like you said, like I don't really go on listing interviews. They already know when they call me, I say, okay, I'm gonna come by your house and I'll give you a listing price. I don't ever think that I'm going on an interview. Like I always just assume that they already knew me and yeah, I haven't gotten every one of them. I have, but maybe since platform I might have. I know before I joined platform and before I was like, the running the ads and all that, I might would go on listing videos and they would interview other agents and
Sure.
but now that I've been on platform, they just automatically feel like they already know me
Yep.
and we're friends. And when I go to their house, it's already assumed that
Yeah,
okay,
it's almost like when you go on a listing appointment now, it's kind of just like a formality. You're not
yeah,
actually interviewing. They already want to work with
yeah. I
you.
mean, they don't ask me nothing. I'm there to look at their house and to give them and to call them back. Okay, here's the agreement. We're gonna do it at this listing price, whatever. It's not even really an interview,
Yeah.
you know. But that's what being that's what the great ads and then the targeting behind it, that's what it does for you. I mean, just yeah.
I would, I would just summarize this whole conversation. I want to repeat this because we probably didn't mention it enough that you've you haven't even been a realtor for 3 years,
Right.
right? And yet this year you'll probably break 15 million. I mean, there are just so few realtors out there that are in their first 3 years or anywhere near 12, 13, 14, 15 million. Even more impressive that you're doing this in a town where a lot of your homes are $250,000, right? So
Mhm.
it's not like you're going to hit 15 million this year because you sold $15 million properties, right?
Yeah.
You'll probably have 15 properties closed by the end of the month, right? Like you're doing a
Yeah.
lot of volume to
And
hit these
I don't wanna
numbers.
make anybody ever feel, because I've watched stuff where I'm like, "Oh, she's only," like, let's say somebody was in it 10 years and not doing that kind of volume yet and all that. I talk a lot. So, that's the first thing I think people have to ask themselves, "Am I letting enough people know I'm an agent?" If your
Right.
business is not where it wants to be, are you posting enough? Are you telling everybody you know? Because I did hair for 16 years. So for the first 5 months, I still did hair. And then I got so busy, I couldn't do hair anymore. I shut down my salon. But every person that walked in that door knew I'm doing real estate now. I'm
Yeah,
doing real
we
estate now.
actually have a bunch of clients that
Yeah.
have that exact story. I know a Sandy
Sandy.
Smith
Yeah.
was a hairstylist and someone else I just interviewed too. Now I'm forgetting who it was,
Was
but
Brandy, was she a hairstylist? No.
Brandy Long, I don't think was, but I know there was someone else besides Sandy. I'm just forgetting who it was, but
Yeah.
there's several people that have said, "Hey, I used to be, Erin Pernice up in Ohio.
Okay.
I know
Yeah.
that she's a hairstylist, and that's how she met, and she just got used to talking to people, and
Yep.
she's also crushing it. Very, actually very similar to you, a somewhat smaller town, way lower price point,
Mhm.
but she's just selling a ton of houses.
Yeah.
I think there might even be more beyond Aaron and Sandy. But yeah, I mean, if you have that background, that profession where you're just used to talking with people, you're used to building relationships, obviously that translates well to real estate because real estate at the end of the day is a sales and marketing
It's like
business.
it's a bond. I mean,
Yep.
you get close. I didn't know it. I would have never thought real estate was like, well, how do you even really help people? Yeah, you find them a house, but how are you helping them? I mean, I get super close with, I'll be dropping them off
Again,
at
like
plants at Christmas, going to kids' Christmas or birthday parties because you get so close helping those and growing
yeah,
those relationships.
like if you're not doing that, if that doesn't come naturally to you, then you kind of have to question like maybe real estate isn't isn't for me, right?
Right.
Because the
If you don't
people who
like,
are
yeah, if it gives you too much anxiety to talk to new people or to answer your phone, because that's another thing. I answer 20 spam calls a day because it might be somebody who needs me.
right.
You have to answer that phone and all, and them things you have to do if you want to grow.
Well, again, the proof is in the numbers. You've basically doubled your business. You're on pace to probably grow it another 50% or more this year. So kudos to you. Congratulations. That must
Thank
feel
you.
amazing. Again, been in real estate less than 3 years and already having this level of success.
Well,
I'll see you hopefully.
I'm grateful y'all let me be a part of the platform family.
All right, guys, we'll see you on the next episode of the Platform Marketing Show.